It was like something out of a spy novel. As crowds of travelers wander around Kuala Lumpur airport, a North Korean is murdered in mysterious circumstances. The finger of blame is quickly pointed at the man's younger half-brother, North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un. The brazen assassination sparks fear among defectors and a fierce diplomatic storm. I'm Steve Chow. On this episode of 101 East, we investigate the murder of Kim Jong-nam.
Two women, a Vietnamese and an Indonesian, make their way to Kuala Lumpur's international airport. But their plans for the day don't involve travel. At the terminal, security camera vision obtained by Fuji TV shows a North Korean man arriving and checking the departures board for his flight. As he approaches the check-in counter, he's a dead man walking. The two women pounce, smearing his face with a lethal substance. He desperately seeks the help of security. But it's too late. Within an hour, he's dead.
The top stories on Al Jazeera. We begin with breaking news. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's half-brother has been killed. That's according to South Korean media.
CCTV footage.
Reportedly assassinated.
When I switched on the TV, the world medias, all of a sudden burst into, breaking news, But to me, it was not such a kind of surprise.
The North Korean man was none other than Kim Jong-nam, the half-brother of the country's brutal dictator, Kim Jong-un. Few know the repressive and closed regime more intimately than North Korea's former deputy ambassador to London. Now under the protection of South Korea's intelligence agency, Tae Yong-ho fled his post less than a year ago, becoming the highest-ranking official to ever defect.
When Kim Jong-un, decided to choose to continue the policy line of his grandfather Kim Il-sung and his father Kim Jong-il, he started to purge and execute, the people who actually longed for, change in society. So this kind of development, pushed me further to my, conclusion of defection, yes.
And did you fear? He says Kim Jong-nam was high on the leader's hit list.
According to the Kim Jong-un or North Korean regime, Kim Jong-nam was a kind of, physical hurdle, which should be eliminated sooner or later,
Four North Koreans boarded flights from Kuala Lumpur to their homeland immediately after the killing, and are prime suspects accused of directing the attack.
What actually happened was, these two ladies were trained to swipe it over deceased's face. So before that, the four suspects put the liquid on their hands.
But North Korea staunchly rejects its countrymen are connected to the crime.
What are the grounds to see them as suspects? There were so many people who left Malaysia on that day. Why are only our people being suspected?
North Korea may continue to deny any involvement in the murder of Kim Jong-nam. But here in South Korea's capital, Seoul, less than 200 kilometres from Pyongyang, His killing's been described as a crime against humanity and an act of terror, with the finger being pointed directly at the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un.
North Korea is a really troublesome country. And as you see in this assassination, they are even, they are supporting the terrorist act as a nation. Even if North Korea have thousands of missiles, if they don't...
Uk Young is an advisor to South Korea's Defence Department and keeps a close watch on the country's northern neighbour.
Yeah, this is the typical Scud launcher. This is the Scud missile.
When the two women ambushed Kim Jong-nam in broad daylight, they were armed with something North Korea is widely believed to have in abundance, a chemical weapon known as VX.
VX is the most vicious chemical weapon you can use in the battlefield. If you want to kill somebody, that's the best way to get the job done. If you go to the eyes, it's kind of like 100% kill. They are using two girls. So first one, put one material, put in his eyes and face, and then another girl with another material to put it, and it reacts and became VX.
Uk Young believes each would have been carrying separate chemical substances to avoid being contaminated.
So, it's really dangerous for the second girl, but it'll take a little bit of time to become VX. So, if she goes rushing to the toilet and wash it away, maybe that's the way how she survived. The killing itself is really, really genius, but the process after that is kind of like messy.
The 28-year-old Vietnamese woman was captured on security cameras leaving the crime scene after washing her hands. Her Laugh Out Loud t-shirt couldn't be missed. Doan Thi Huong grew up in this rice-growing village in North Vietnam, but left a decade ago. Her new life laid bare in photographs posted on her Facebook page, some just days before the murder. A picture of her auditioning for Vietnam Idol suggests she had big dreams. 48 hours after the killing, she headed back to the airport and was arrested. Her accomplice, a 25-year-old Indonesian woman, Siti Aisyah, was detained in a Kuala Lumpur hotel the next day. Siti told police she was paid $100 to participate in what both women say they thought was a reality television show. The Malaysian authorities have dismissed their defence, but many North Korean defectors believe they're innocent.
I think they didn't let these women know about the killing at all. If they did, it would be unsuccessful, as these women were not highly trained. For example, if someone asked you to kill someone like Kim Jong-nam, you couldn't do it because you are too nervous. This is why you have to keep them completely in the dark and make them do it as if it's a prank.
Kim Dong-sik is a former North Korean spy who defected to South Korea after he was shot during a mission in Seoul. He says the stakes are high for North Korean agents. Failure carries unimaginable punishment.
There is guilt by association in North Korea. No matter what good I did in the past, if I fail, then everyone dies, even my family. And I've confirmed this happened.
He believes the recruitment of the two foreign women was vital to the mission's success.
Kim Jong-nam was aware of the danger he faced and would have been especially vigilant when people he didn't know approached him. So it was better to use a foreigner rather than a North Korean. And it was better for a female rather than a male to approach Kim Jong-nam. Even though there were many people at the airport and it's an open space, as well as a center of world attention, Because they bought and used foreign women, it was a non-issue for North Korean agents. That's why this operation was successful.
With 15 years' experience as an agent, he says the assassination would have taken months to plan and was ordered from the top.
그 명령 갈 수 있는 사람은 북한에 한 명밖에 없습니다. 김정은.
There is only one person who can give that kind of order,
이 작전이
and that's Kim Jong-un.
임무를 수행할 수 있는 부서는
I think the members of the North Korean Reconnaissance Bureau and the Foreign Intelligence Service led the assassination.
그런 생각을 했습니다.
It's very normal in looking at the board.
And it wasn't the first time Kim Jong-un was known to have targeted his half-brother.
There are several times of the assassination plot against Kim Jong-nam, even in China or other countries. According to the National Intelligence Service report, Kim Jong-un already ordered, standing order to murder Kim Jong-nam. That is a 5-year-long standing order.
A 30-year veteran of South Korea's National Intelligence Services, Ok Hyun-jun, was Deputy Chief in charge of foreign operations when he retired. He says Kim Jong-nam even wrote a letter to his half-brother begging to be spared.
It's not easy to imagine the brother kill his another brother, That's why Kim Jong-nam appealed to his brother from the perspective of human beings. But Kim Jong-un, I think he interpreted this letter from the angle of a political enemy. So I think this provoked the intention of Kim Jong-un to kill his elder brother Kim Jong-nam as soon as possible.
But the big question is, why did Kim Jong-un see his elder brother as a political enemy who needed to be eliminated? Family and politics may hold the answer.
North Korean society, it's a very Confucian-influenced society where the people, should obey the instructions of the leader, and children should respect their parents, and little brother, should respect the elder brother. So this is our, long-term the tradition. And Kim Jong-il, the father of Kim Jong-un, made an official party policy line that the branches of a tree should be cut off to let the main trunk of the tree grow well. In other words, if it is explained in cultural way that the first son of the family should inherit, the family business.
And that's what happened in the Kim family in the beginning. Kim Il-sung was the first supreme leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and had 5 sons. The eldest, Kim Jong-il, inherited the leadership. He then had 3 sons. But instead of the eldest becoming his heir, the youngest did.
It is Kim Jong-un who should be, eliminated because he is actually the branch of the tree rather than the main trunk. Kim Jong-nam was a kind of, great psychological burden for Kim Jong-un to legitimize his leadership as the only successor to his father.
And it seems the leader's legitimacy crisis extends beyond his lowly position on the family tree. His half-brother, once again a major burden. Both are illegitimate sons of Kim Jong-il, and both were hidden from the North Korean people as they grew up.
Kim Jong-un still hasn't presented, his age, the place of birth, where he spent his childhood, what's the name of his mother. So everything is in ambiguity in North Korean society about, Kim Jong-un.
But the secrecy surrounding Kim Jong-nam was much more extreme. Even today, few people inside the country know he ever existed.
Kim Jong-nam lived in exile because he was the son Kim Jong-il wanted to conceal. That's why he sent Kim Jong-nam to China without exposing him to North Koreans.
A defector and relative of the Kim dynasty, Kang Myong-do, says the fact Kim Jong-nam's mother was a popular North Korean actress married to a famous novelist posed a grave threat to the regime.
북한에 있는 모든 주민들이
Every North Korean knows his mother, as she was an actress. If it became known to the people that Kim Jong-nam was the son of a married woman, Kim Jong-il's godly status will be smashed. And it will be a fatal blow to Kim Jong-un because in North Korea, the supreme leader is a godly figure. If this godly figure has many blemishes, the trust will be broken and control will be lost. If the world, Japanese, Chinese, and Korean media start becoming interested and broadcast about him, then Kim Jong-nam's existence will be known to the people and it will destroy Kim Jong-un's absolute power.
The longer Kim Jong-nam lived in the outside world, the more difficult it was to keep his existence secret.
Kim Jong-nam, during his stay abroad from time to time, he met, foreign media, so Kim Jong-un was very afraid of spread this kind of news of his existence, from outside.
And it wasn't just the media who were interested in Kim Jong-nam. On the other side of the world, another threat was looming. The London suburb of New Malden is home to more than 10,000 Koreans, around 600 of them from the north. And it's here we find the Korean Association for Human Rights and Democracy. Hello, Mr. Kim. Established by defectors like Kim Jong-il, it aims to build a government in exile and wanted Kim Jong-nam to lead it.
김 정남을 선택했던 이유가 뭐냐면
The reason why we considered Kim Jong-nam was because North Koreans are very isolated from the outside world. In order to bring democracy to North Korea and put a stop to human rights violation there, Kim Jong-nam could be very influential in persuading North Koreans.
He says they approached Kim Jong-nam 3 times, most recently in Singapore in June last year.
During the encounter, he mentioned that he really had no interest in North Korean politics. But he added that the 3-generation succession has to stop. And although he has no interest at all in North Korea's politics, he ardently feels that North Korea needs a revolution.
It's impossible to verify how true this is, but in the world of propaganda, that probably doesn't matter.
Kim Jong-un might have heard about our government in exile. It is my guess that the top-ranking officials in North Korea might have had information that we have approached Kim Jong-nam, and that report was submitted to Kim Jong-un. That would have made Kim Jong-un more jittery and nervous.
I think Kim Jong-un would feel a great shame, because, while he is trying to be presented as the leader of North Korea, while there is another family member who are leading a kind of exile, the government, then it could be a great humiliation, to his leadership.
Since Kim Jong-un took over, he's tried to solidify his power, continuing to build nuclear weapons, regularly testing ballistic missiles, and has gone on a killing spree to eliminate any potential opponents. In 5 years, it's estimated he's executed more than 100 senior government and military officials, some close family members.
Persecution and purge was a frequent thing in North Korean society, but Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il never executed his family members, But Kim Jong-un is different because Kim Jong-un doesn't have any sense of solidarity among, the family members and the relatives, because Kim Jong-un was a hidden boy, and to my impression, Kim Jong-un is in great fear of those officials around him who used to be the followers of his grandfather and his father, and Kim Jong-un always is sensitive whether he is looked down upon by them as a young, leader or whatever. So Kim Jong-un is a man with great paranoia.
Until Kim Jong-nam's death, his uncle and leading government figure, Jang Song-tak, was the most prominent relative to be purged. When he was killed at the end of 2013, the former deputy head of South Korean intelligence expected Kim Jong-nam to be targeted next.
Because Kim Jong-nam was so close to Jang Song-tak, I thought Kim Jong-un decided to kill Jang Song-tak. Kim Jong-nam already was within the list of that killing.
Also on the list was Jang Song-tak's nephew, who was the ambassador to Malaysia until he was purged soon after his uncle. Malaysia has been one of the few countries in the world where North Koreans can travel without a visa, and had become a centre for illicit activity to raise foreign currency for the regime. Kim Jong-nam had been a regular visitor, but with the ambassador's execution, he was left with no supporters and was vulnerable.
North Korea embassy protect before Jang Song-tak, the killed it, before they protect. But after the Jang Song-tak died, nobody protect. They trying to kill him, correct?
Kim Jong-nam occasionally dined at this upmarket Korean restaurant in Kuala Lumpur. Its owner, Alex Wang, is also chairman of the Malaysian branch of the Korean Unification Advisory Council, a South Korean government organisation.
He is a very humble, very quiet guy. And then I saw he wear the cap, very deep, the big cap and then sunglasses, Nighttime, even inside restaurant also sunglasses. I talk with him something because I have to report to the Korean government. This is our duty, because when we met North Korean people or something, we have to report to our government.
One day, he did more than just report. He says he gathered DNA samples as proof of his customer's identity.
So no need many things, just spoon, chopstick, and then the two plate I sent to Korean embassy.
Alex says before the former North Korean ambassador was executed, Kim Jong-nam used to come to the capital to collect money from the embassy.
He need money to survive, to take care of the family, and he's traveling all over the world. Sometimes he invests money, something, Sometimes he go to somewhere, everywhere. So he need a lot of money. He is a quite big spender, so he need the money.
According to Alex, he was conscious of his security, always accompanied by 2 female bodyguards who used jammers to block the restaurant security cameras from filming their boss.
Once Kim Jong-nam come, all the camera no working. All no working. Camera no working. When he went back, camera again open. He always bodyguard. That's why I'm worried. And then I have a question, why? The time, 13th of the February, why no bodyguard in airport? I'm worried that. Why?
Travelling on a passport under the alias Kim Chol, North Korea is yet to acknowledge Kim Jong-nam's true identity or relationship with its ruler, and refuses to respond to the allegation made in this program that the murder was state-sanctioned. With all North Korean suspects safely back in Pyongyang, only the 2 women stand accused of the crime, and if convicted, face a death sentence. Kim Jong-nam's son is now in hiding. He posted this video message from an undisclosed location.
Hi, my name's Kim Han-sol from North Korea, part of the Kim family. My father has been killed a few days ago. I'm currently with my mother and my sister.
Kim Han-sol is also the target which should be eliminated. That's why maybe the Kim Han-sol is in great fear of being next target of assassination. On the surface, Kim Jong-un's system looks very formidable, but I think the Kim Jong-un's system has already been in slippery slope, towards collapse. So the only thing Kim Jong-un now relies on is the reign of terror.
And that reign of terror is not only aimed at his family and his citizens, but the whole world. North Korea's leader is now wreaking havoc across the globe as he threatens nuclear war and commits acts of terrorism with seeming impunity.